If you're wondering what I'm doing my best Michael Oliver impression. Is that an Arsenal player? Red card. Absolute red card. Any Arsenal player gets this slapped on their face. Red card for everyone at Arsenal. Well, as you've seen with the intro, I'm absolute sick. I've actually decided today I'm sick. I'm sick. I've got the Michael Oliver sickness. It's Sunday, it's a nice day. I love Sundays. I can chill, relax, have a little drink, cook, do my thing. But I am happy though. Arsenal won. Arsenal won with all the other thing, like all the factors that were going against Arsenal in this game away to Wolves. It was a tough game going away to Wolves, right? We don't have Bukayo Saka, obviously, probably for the rest of the season. Yesterday we didn't have Martin Odegaard. I don't know what happened to him. He might have picked up a knock and he couldn't go yesterday. He wasn't even on the bench. And despite the best efforts of someone who is considered the best referee in England, Michael Oliver, despite his best efforts, he did his utmost best. Trust me, he couldn't have tried harder to spoil the game and make the game all about him. He tried his best. He sent Miles Lewis Skelly early in the 43rd minute. Before halftime, he sent Miles Lewis Skelly for what is a challenge that happens all the time in the Premier League, all the time in football. You find players tripping other players trying to stop a counter attack. That happens all the time. Declan Rice whips a ball in. It's cleared by the Wolves defenders. Leandro Trossard miscontrols actually. The Wolves try to spring a counter attack on Arsenal. Now anyone could do this. Trips a player to stop the counter attack. There was no malicious intent there. It wasn't a dangerous challenge. It wasn't a clear and obvious goal scoring tackle. There were players behind, lots of players behind Miles Lewis Skelly to stop the counter attack. And Michael Oliver, that's one of, you know what? That's actually one of his greatest decisions. That was a great decision by him, right? Yeah, I mean, like, think about it. It's an Arsenal player. Of course, you have to give them a red card. It's an Arsenal player, and it's Michael Oliver refereeing a Premier League Arsenal game, and the Arsenal player has to get a red card. How could they not? But anyway, before I get into that, today I want to react to Arsenal 1, Wolves 0, and look at some of the things that we saw in the game. Of course, I've already touched on the biggest moments, or probably the biggest moment of the game, maybe the biggest moment of the whole weekend. And before we get into that, please make sure you like and subscribe at We Talk Football 24 on YouTube and Instagram, and also check us out on Facebook at We Talk Football. As I've said, the game was really spoiled, and the big talking point was Michael Oliver sending Miles Lewis Skelly. But despite all that, right, and that happened in the 43rd minute, just before halftime, what Mikel Arteta said to the boys at halftime must have been really great, because I think Arsenal played really well without the captain Martin Odegaard, as I've said, without Bukayo Saka, without Gabriel Jesus, and now in the game we didn't have Miles Lewis Skelly, right? That was huge because the boys came out more determined. They ran hard. They defended really well. But also, not just that, I think we played a good game offensively as well. We did push. We We did look dangerous in some moments, and I think we played with a lot of heart. I do think we deserved to win that game. And even when we went 10 men down, I never thought that we were going to lose the game. It didn't look like we were in any kind of danger. Starting from the back, because we have, well, the good thing with all the players out, we did get back William Saliba, who I think is our best player. I think William Saliba is our most important player as well. But he was back, and that partnership with Gabriel, which I think is the best, that is the best centre back pairing in world football. I don't care what anyone says, Van Dijk, Kanate, they're not as good as Gabriel and Saliba. They've been doing it for a few seasons now. And for me, they're the number one centre back pairing in the world. And we won the game. I think it was an outstanding performance by those two, firstly. They marshaled the defense. They worked tirelessly. They gave no quarters. They left nothing. They gave nothing. They gave nothing to Wolves, to Mateus Cunha, and we basically locked up. We locked up any kind of attack or threat by Wolves. I think Ricardo Calafiore also came in. He scored a crucial goal. Obviously, he was adventurous. 10 men, well, when we scored the goal, we won 10 men. But for Arsenal to show that kind of bravery away from home, to have people in the box attacking Wolves, looking for the winner, and the ball, a great play by Martinelli on the right, shook his defender, turned left, put in a really good cross in the box, dangerous cross. It was hard to deal with. And I think Nelson Semedo headed it quite well, but it just felt, maybe not so well, maybe not, let me not say well, but he headed it enough for, if there was more Wolves defenders in the box, they would have been able to stop that attack. But then, I'm not complaining about that. Ricardo Calafiore, he is an offensive-minded defender. He's a really good defender, but he is really offensively minded. Even if you put him at centre-back, he'll try to go forward. He'll try to ball play and find a pass or start an attack. That's how he played for Italy. That's how he played for Bologna before coming to Arsenal. And he is offensively minded. He was in the box at the right time, at the right place, and a really good finish. Hard and low, into the corner, giving the keeper really no chance to save that goal. And that was really, I was happy about that. Also, he did play well. I think when he came on obviously to cover Miles Lewis Skelly's position. He came on for Nwaneri, but he was basically taking up Miles Lewis Skelly's position in play. And he did quite well, defended well as well. Didn't make any mistakes. And I think he looked absolutely solid. He looks great. I'm glad he's back as well from his injury. He's had a lot of injuries. He is injury prone, which is a worry for me as an Arsenal fan. But when he is there, he's great. Timber played well. Shout out to Declan Rice, man. I love Declan Rice. I think he's a world-class midfielder. He's box to box. His athleticism and his football brain is right up there, right? And I know like a lot of people have criticized Declan Rice. Some people are calling him 100 million Gareth Barry. I think he's better than Gareth Barry. I'm sorry. I mean, technically, right? Like in terms of passing and controlling the ball, you could say Gareth Barry was a better player, but Declan Rice is good enough technically to be world class, and athletically he covers the box, he covers the ground, he makes tackles, he goes forward, and he was, for me, the man of the match. Now, the only thing that I'll criticize about Declan Rice is that at the end of the game, he went and shook Michael Oliver's hand, that charlatan. He shook the referee's hand, which he shouldn't have. you don't give credit to anyone who's trying to go against you, man. But besides that, I think Declan Rice didn't put a foot wrong. Um, he covered ground. He created chances. There was a chance that he created. He drove with the ball through the midfield and played a beautiful pass to Leandro Trossard. Leandro Trossard crosses it first time, straight breadbasket stuff. I don't know how Kai Havertz missed that. Oh no, I do know. It's Kai Havertz. Oh, he missed it. Kai Havertz missed the chance. It would have put us 1-0 up. That was way before. The red card and the madness of Michael Oliver. And I think he played well. He was, for me, man of the match. Thomas Partey played well as well. Protected the defense, protected the ball, kept it going really well. And then you had, unfortunately for Ethan Nwaneri, he's back from injury, but his game had to be cut short because he had to make way for Ricardo Calafiori. He couldn't play the entire game, but he did play well too. Miles Lewis Skelly, he had a good game, I think, and in the first half, and maybe in some ways it was good to take him off because he's just come back from injury and we're losing a lot of attacking players. So I guess he got a little break today. And even though he didn't play, maybe it was a good thing for him coming back from injury. Hopefully he'll be ready for next week's big game against Manchester City. And so yeah, hopefully he'll be right. I don't think Leandro Trossard played particularly well or bad, but he was good. He was okay. Shout out Martinelli. He works hard. He tries to, cover and run back and work hard for the team, especially in the second half. He was great. Of course, I told you he created the chance for the goal. He was excellent. Kai Havertz, I know since the Man United game, right, where we got knocked out of the FA Cup, I know he's been he missed the chance and he missed the penalty against Man United. But looking at him, he did score against Villa. He did score midweek against Dinamo Zagreb. But I still look at him and I feel like he's still thinking about that Man United game. You could see it whenever he misses a chance. He's absolutely devastated. He's crestfallen. And his confidence is still really low, even though he has scored 2 goals after that game. But, you can see with his finishing, he missed one really tough chance with the header. But then, as I said earlier, he missed a really great chance. Clear on goal. A really great play by Declan Rice. Great cross by Leandro Trossard. You pick a spot, you head it, it's a goal. But he headed it straight to the goalkeeper. It was saved. And you can see, every time he misses, his face, it's like he's seen a ghost. It's all darkness. He just goes like this. And I feel like as a striker, if you lack confidence, it's going to be hard to continue to play well and to score goals because the chances are going to come for Kai Havertz. That's the thing. Arsenal's problem is not creating chances. It's not defending. It's not play. It's just scoring goals. And he will get more chances to score. My worry is, will he be confident enough to take those chances? But Arsenal played well, man. Even 10 men down. Looking at this, we had 9 shots, 3 on target in the game. We had 48 ball possession. Obviously because we were 10 men down against Wolves who were fighting relegation. But these stats look good. We had 397 passes. That's a lot of passes. Maybe if the game ended Wolves with 11 men and us 10, maybe we wouldn't have had that much ball possession and that much passes. But of course, in the 70th minute, Gomez got a second yellow card. That's maybe the one good thing he did, Michael Oliver, because that was a red card. It was a second yellow card for Gomez, and that's a red card, right? But yeah, we played well. Now we move into second place behind Liverpool. Well, we were second place anyway, and Nottingham Forest lost 5-0. That's huge. So 6 points behind Liverpool, but Liverpool with the game in hand. The thing is, right, the title, I think it's close. It's not, let me not say close, but it is closer than what I think. Because if you just look at this, right, we've only lost 2 games. Liverpool have lost 1. Liverpool have drawn 5. We've drawn 8. Now, there's a lot of football to play, and any other team could catch up to Liverpool. But because I don't really trust Arsenal to do that, that's worse enough. Now we're not signing anyone. It doesn't look like we're going to sign a striker, a forward player, which we desperately, desperately need. The last few weeks, if that doesn't tell you, we go into games and I look at opposition benches, and almost every game, the opposition bench looks better than our bench, because offensively, we only have Raheem Sterling to bring on in the second half. And that's not a good position to be if you're chasing for the title against a strong Liverpool team who can bring on Darwin Núñez or Diogo Jota or Gakpo, Luis Diaz. They have Mohamed Salah, obviously, and they have these players, these offensive players that they can bring on and can score and create goals any given moment in any game. But yeah, great game. I'm glad we won. We shamed the devil. We did our thing. And now I don't know if Arsenal are going to appeal. They have to appeal. But it's a shame, man. Like, the best league in the world have the worst. It's not even close. They have the worst referees in all of football. Seriously. But anyway, thank you very much. Great to do this video. Great to talk about Arsenal winning and reacting despite the devil's work. As I said, the only disappointing thing is that Declan Rice shook his hand, and he shouldn't have, but he did anyway, because Declan Rice is amazing like that. He's world class. But anyway, let me know what you think. Put your comments down below. Like, share, tell everyone about We Talk Football. Thank you very much and have a nice weekend. Awareness.